Good day, my name is Blue Suit and today I'll be going over my review of the early access indie post-apocalyptic cyber horror action adventure RPG known as Death Trash. In Death Trash, you play as a lone wanderer searching in a dangerous wasteland, investigating your strange and dangerous infection and a way to cure it. When the game begins, you've just been exiled from your protective utopia as they've discovered your illness, and now you have to carve out a living among the uncivilized scum of the outside world. Fortunately, before your robot overseers kick you out, they allow you to proceed through their Wasteland integration course that serves as Death Trash's tutorial. Here you'll learn such vital skills as fighting, sneaking, and of course vomiting into machinery to apply biological lubricant. Somehow when you mix Lovecraft and cyberpunk, you get this vicious hellscape of tooth and technology, but vomit seems to be a recurring byproduct of that formula because it's everywhere. I even ran into a side quest where you have to help someone win a competition to see who could vomit the most. These weird, gross little encounters aren't just there to make you feel nauseous, but they paint a pretty vivid picture of life on Nexus, and how humanity has devolved so far from those who still live in the protective enclosures of the Universal Society. Now it's a land of flesh monsters, energy bandits, and puking meat vendors. Despite the excellent lore and world that's been built though, the story is however in its infancy, and only a few great hours of it is actually playable at this time. Once you're out into the world, Death Trash has a huge, sprawling overworld map for you to explore, and I was initially confused by the amount of freedom it offered me. When you get to the map for the first time, there's only two locations for you to explore, the Festering Gorge and the Kraken Temple, or so I thought. I explored both locations several times, trying to progress the story until I realized you can actually click anywhere on this map and travel anywhere around and explore. It's still somewhat basic for now, but there are plenty of items to pick up, roaming enemies to fight, and mysterious sites to visit. This was a huge relief since the story is so short and this provides hours of exploration, combat, and NPC interactions beyond the main campaign. It is possible to explore too far and get yourself into trouble, but even in the worst of situations, I always felt like I had the tools available to get through anything, even if that meant sneaking away with my tail between my legs. Death Trash's RPG mechanics are really what make it so addictive. As you make your way through, killing who you need to kill, you earn experience points to level up. But what's unique here are the technology and occult-based skills you can put your points into that allow you to use some of the trinkets that you pick up. For my character, I chose to dump all my points into stealth and occultism, allowing me to excel at pickpocketing, backstabbing, and summoning fleshy monsters to assist me in battle. Level ups are hard earned, but they're satisfying, and you really feel the added power each time as everything starts to feel a little overpowered once you level it up a bit. Pickpocketing, for example, can be used against any humanoid in the game, and once you get 3 to 4 points in it, you can steal an entire town's valuables at little to no risk, or stealth that allows you to one-shot most enemies with a backstab. Attributes like these combined with skills like force lightning and poison gas gives players tons of options in battle and make the combat extremely addicting. On top of that, there are also loads of weapons and armor already in the game, and while I do prefer backstabbing, I haven't found a ranged weapon yet that wasn't super strong, with satisfying gun sounds and recoil making each shot feel painful. Even the flamethrower that came to me just at my moment of need had real stopping power, and allowed me to down a mob of enemies that I was steeply underleveled for. One of the remarkable mechanics of Death Trash is your freedom to change the game world with your interactions with NPCs. I have yet to find a human so far in the game that I couldn't pickpocket or fight or kill. Entire quests can be ruined by getting caught pickpocketing or killing the wrong person, but you still have the freedom to do so if you want. On top of that, the map is set up so you can completely ignore the main story and just wander around fighting enemies and exploring caves to your heart's content. In fact, that's by far what I spent the majority of my time in Death Trash doing. And even when you begin the game, you can set extra challenges for yourself depending on your style of play, like veganism that prevents you from consuming meat, which is Death Trash's primary means to regenerate health, or pacifism that prevents you from even using weapons against other characters. Death Trash is amazing, but it does suffer from one unavoidable early access issue, and that's in its actual amount of content. I honestly love everything that I'm seeing so far, from the unique style of the world and lore to the combat and the RPG leveling aspects, but with the main campaign only being a few hours, it's kind of heartbreaking when you don't have any more content to explore. As well as that, right now there are only a small handful of abilities for each skill, and some players might feel like there just aren't enough options in how to build your character for now. Additionally, your save games will apparently not transfer over into the full game. That being said, the developers have clearly stated on the Steam page that this version of the game is not for players who are looking for many hours of gameplay, but rather it seems that this early access will be a slow burn with user feedback to create their perfect vision for Death Trash. It's certainly not a bad thing by any means, as Death Trash is on the path to greatness right now that shouldn't be rushed, but it's still somewhat disappointing for players looking to deep dive into it now. You can pick up Death Trash in early access on Steam right now for $20, but like most early access games, it's not worth that just yet. That being said, I still do recommend that you wishlist this one for now at least, and pick it up when it's on sale. It's a great classic RPG at its core, with its decision-based dialogue and leveling system, yet it's layered in thoughtful combat mechanics and a fun-to-explore post-apocalyptic world. However, in its current state, it's a deeply abbreviated version of the game, so I'm valuing Death Trash at an even $15, but I seriously can't wait for more content to be released because what is implemented is just that good. I hope you enjoyed this review of Death Trash. Come see me on Twitch where you can watch our reviews in progress 5 nights a week. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Until next time, peace!